Okay, I think we're there.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and
Guys, they're watching us again.
Have they got nothing better to do?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Sunday evening, you'd think they'd be doing something, wouldn't you?
I feel so sorry for them.
I know. I mean, you know.
Lovecraft Country to catch up with.
I'm going to be
Go do that.
perfectly honest with you here. It's a bit intrusive in our privacy.
How very dare they?
Yes, exactly. Hello there. Welcome to the Flush and Blood podcast. That down there is Dominic, and we have seen him, so we know he's there. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
He's alive!
Right, yeah.
Don't go that far, love. Don't go that far. All right.
Okay, he's a real
I'm sorry.
person.
Again.
Not quite.
Up there's Eddie, who is Scottish.
Unfortunately.
So feel sorry for him. And then someone to feel far sorrier for at the moment is Brian, because he's living in the end of times.
Yay,
Yeah.
apocalypse!
America, you're a problem child that just won't go away.
What exactly is the plural of apocalypse? I'm kind of curious now.
Hang on a second. Hang on. Surely you could, an apocalypse, by definition, is only one.
It only
I
means-
don't know.
Apocalypse?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Apocalypses? I don't know. We've
a
had
tough
so
one,
many
isn't it?
over here.
This has got
Yeah, we have
educational. I'm not taking part.
Right. Stuff, things. As always, we start by turning around and saying to people, how has your week been? Dominic, how has your week been?
It's been alright. I've been trying to be as productive as humanly possible, and haven't quite succeeded, but I tried. That's the main thing.
Yes,
But-
yes, indeed it is.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll move over to Brian, because he's next to you, which is really sweet, really, when you think about it. Even though he is a prevert. Brian, how has your week been?
I'm back to work 5 days a week now, in the office.
In the office. That's safe.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, my week is great. Oh, and I got a giant present on Thursday.
Oh, what did you get? Hang on, no, I can guess. Was it a robot?
Is it in
No,
disguise?
no,
No.
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 I'm sorry, not Thursday. Friday. Friday was the giant present.
Was it a robot in disguise?
No, I
Or
wish
on
it
the
was.
ground? Or
Oh.
No robots. It was something for almost everyone.
that would be
Somebody
for a herd.
Somebody wasn't wearing a mask.
Deadpool.
Visor. A new shiny visor.
Yeah, somebody wasn't wearing a mask, and
Oh,
everything.
oh! Is this anything
Yeah,
to do with the
yeah,
Facebook
he did.
page?
Plague Doctor. Your Plague
Yeah.
Doctor mask.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, talking of things like that and Halloween, Dave Keep is rather anxious to get our views.
Oh, we need to do that this week then.
We're going to have to.
We need to
Yes.
do it this week. We should, yeah.
Yeah. You can take part. You don't have to take part. It's entirely down to you.
Oh, I want to take part.
Mind you,
Anything about
I
it.
say this about everything we do. So
No, I'm in. Anything that
Oh, yeah,
leads
I'm
to us being able to criticise David Keep. I am
damn
in.
straight. He's an
I am
old fool. Yeah.
in. He's a lovable rogue.
Yeah. He's the reincarnation of Sid James.
Absolutely. I've never. Yes. Yes. That's. They should use that.
Oh, God almighty, that shocked Eddie so much he froze for a second.
It has been bugging me for ages who Dave Keep reminds me of, the kind of the voice, the cat. It is, it's Sid bloody James.
Or Smith. Something Smith. Comedian.
Mel Smith?
Matt Smith?
Was in Red Dwarf. It'll come to me, don't worry. Eddie! Gooey, Eddie, shiny thing down here. How has your week been?
Busy. Far too busy. Wednesday, I missed the whole being able to participate with you guys in terms of the watch along, but it is the first David Tennant Christmas special, so it can wait. There's nothing kind of.
That's just one of those things. Like I say, real life has to come first, or whatever the hell it was you were doing, because no one hell is in that. What you typed up, anything to do with reality.
I understand it.
No, I'm not having a secret language between the two of you.
We're talking binary. We get each other. We understand, but no.
001110001.
But there was plenty of materials for this podcast to watch to, listen to as well, which kind of made up for it, because it's been a busy old week for this as well. Thoroughly enjoyable one as well. Controversial maybe, but
yes, there's going to be disagreement a bit later.
Controversy,
but it's good. It's healthy. Okay, my week went a bit wibbly and surreal.
Oh yes.
As you know,
what's the matter, you, Siobhan?
As you know,
what's the matter?
Don't. I will release a stream of invective you will not say. And the poor young man down there, oh, dear God, he'll be rushing to people to say, what does this mean?
Brian, I think this means that we got to no respect her. I think that's what that means, yeah.
You young man are getting a slap on the back of your legs when we meet. Right. I'm an Ultravox fan, a very big Ultravox fan. I love Ultravox. It was a 1980s group. Well, they're also in the 70s, but the classic lineup was the 80s.
Wonder, this means nothing to me.
And from the first album called Vienna, the title track, it's a beautiful synth. 2 seconds. What are you doing? We'll have to distract her in a moment with something I wonder what I could use. It's a beautiful synth. It's not even a ballad. It's just... Oh, it's beautiful. And it got stopped from getting to number one, first of all, by John Lennon's Imagine, which, fair enough, we can live with that. And then by an Australian... novelty act... by a guy who called himself Joe Dolce, who put on a cod Italian accent and sang "Shut Up Your Face."
Oh, that's nasty.
Now that has knocked Ultravox fans for 40 years, nigh on. So we're in Off Target, the Facebook group for ridiculous Target covers, or some really quite sublime ones. And somebody had put up a cover of Doctor Who and Shada, Pay Your Face.
No.
Nice touch. Nice touch. I immediately turned around and said there would be no Joe Dolce in the group. And then someone turned around and said, actually, it was me 10 years ago that organised the campaign to keep Vienna off number one by getting Joe Dolce up. And so I turned around and said, I've got a nemesis. It's wonderful.
You all along.
I've got a nemesis. This is where it starts to get even weirder. Next thing, we've got a new member. It's Joe bloody Dolce.
Oh, no.
I think I approved him.
Yeah, I get the email that came through, and I thought, no, I really wanted to.
I have double checked. Well. I genuinely think it is the actual guy.
The actual
it is. It really is. It's got to be. Yeah. It's him.
So my first response was just to scream to the heavens, Dolce! And then say, sorry about that. That was 40 years of frustration coming out.
Blood vengeance.
The only thing I've got, which I didn't like, is one of the first things he did was to slag Midge. You know, tell a little story about how Midge didn't want to meet him or something. It's because, dude, no, this is not the place. But, you know, he'll learn if he hangs around. So great. Joe Dolce is in a group I co-own. Lovely.
Amazing.
Like I say, it's been a very surreal week. Talking of surreal. Chestnut. Come on. No.
Cats don't perform. Mythical meats.
It's Let's Try and Poison Our Co-Host Day.
My clever plot is
Why
happening.
on earth did you send it special delivery? First class would have done.
Do you know that the actual cost between first class and special delivery was only about $1.75? So I thought I'll send it special delivery so it gets the show on in time for the show.
Okay, thank you, it did. This thing's been staring at me. I've got to admit, I am a little nervous about it. Mystery meat time, boys and girls.
Mystery meat.
Not a mystery. It's
Hey,
right
do you
there
know
on the
in Iceland
package.
you can buy spam fritters?
Oh, okay.
Jesus. When they do taster packs, they don't do them by half, do they? Oh my God,
no.
it's actually got nutritional facts.
Yeah.
Low
Do I
calorie,
want
high
to
protein.
read them?
Yeah,
No,
like,
it's
nobody
actually
added,
really good for you.
It's very good for you. It's a high protein, low calorie snack. It's really good.
It's keto friendly.
It's kitty friendly as well.
As long as it doesn't
That's
have-
the Pegasus, I believe.
I don't know. I haven't been... I deliberately didn't look.
You didn't flip it around.
I deliberately didn't flip it around. The whole point was to not know in advance what... Oh. Gravity's on. That has a nice smoked air to it. If only I could get into it. I've opened up the wrong end here.
No, it doesn't matter.
No, you've opened up the right end.
Ah, there we go. And we've got to do the dog test, haven't we? See if little Miss Beans likes
Wow,
this.
look at the cat in the back. Just
Odin is
staring
just
into-
so totally impressed by what's going on. Right then, so you say Pegasus.
Yes.
Squeeze it out. If I die, remember this. I'll be back to get you.
Very ominous. Slightly scary.
Nice crunch to it.
Mhm.
Yes.
There's a good snap.
I'm sensing success here, Brian. I'm sensing success.
She's tasting it, mulling it over.
No, don't like this one.
Don't like this one.
How dare you? Which one are you eating, Brian?
I
this
have
is-
the Kraken,
Kraken
the
is
duck
cracking.
with the maple flavoring.
Yes.
I think we'll leave that. Trixie. Trixie. Trixie Beans.
See, it's the sensitive Jersey taste buds that you're dealing with.
It's the Jersey palate. It's not.
yeah,
getting
yeah,
through.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's more along the lines that my taste buds have gone completely screwy. Trixie! Trixie Beans! Come on! Oh shit, I shouldn't have made that noise.
Well,
Look at this.
Oh. Wow.
It's the snap.
Oh, wow.
This is how it ends, Siobhan.
That's
Dog
yeah.
has it. Dog is taking it away to her lair.
And the cats are like, we're going to go get some.
Good luck, she'll growl at you. The smoky flavour to it was just wrong. Tasted plasticky.
Nessie's
Well, the
nice.
Pegasus is antelope.
Hmm?
It's antelope. So that explains why all the cats are now in your face.
Yeah,
They're-
and screwing things up. Come
They
on,
sense
come
it.
on.
They want it.
You need a good palate cleanser before you take it. What you need is a
Move!
good can of Shandy Bass.
I can't
Shandy?
find Shandy for the life of me.
Can
What on
you
earth
give me
is
a
that
second?
noise?
My wife is phoning me. Hold on. Right, I'll find it. She's only downstairs, so hold on.
This should be interesting.
Angela, is everything okay?
She doesn't exist.
Well, he said she's downstairs.
Yeah, have we seen her? At one time,
No,
he accosted a stranger on the street and said, "Pretend you're my wife. Say hello to Siobhan."
Could that be someone kept in his basement?
Wanting to escape.
That's a bit spicy as well.
Really?
Yeah. So God knows what the dog's going to make of it all.
Be careful around the dragon then.
I'm going to
Take small bites.
I'm going to work my way through them, tasting them and seeing, but I don't like that one, I'm afraid. I'm sorry.
Fine. Not all of them are a hit with everyone.
And considering that was spicy, and Trixie's eating practically a whole one. Oh, very dear indeed.
The dog farts to come.
Oh goodness. Gonna be an enjoyable night.
Well, for you guys, perhaps. For me, it's going to be a case of the fog's coming in now. All right. Flashing Blade News, boys and girls. We have a guest next week. Sophie Isles. That's Isles, Prevert. Hang on a moment. What did the imaginary
okay?
person say to you?
TV wasn't working. It's working fine now.
Ah,
Okay. You have a
It's
use.
nice to know when you're needed.
Yes.
So,
I
yes.
I know.
ashes.
Sophie's a wonderful artist. You've probably seen some of her stuff somewhere about Doctor Who. But also she's written one of the... this... it's Harvey. It's
Who's
a
destroying
doggy.
the place?
That's it. I'm sorry. Any pretense at hosting a show's gone.
I'm being attacked.
It's a doggy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey.
She's also written, I think it's for the Time Lord
Right,
Victorious, one of the Master short trip stories, which I'm hoping is out this week. If not, Sophie can talk it up. She's absolutely wonderful. She's an amazing woman, and quite frankly, I'm looking forward to having her on the show. She's just another little burst of sunshine. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Somebody was quite keen.
Have
Mythical
they
Meats
found the rest of the
podcast.
packages?
Yes.
Where's the Mythical Meats podcast? Some of our audience just joined for the meats. None of this Doctor Who rubbish. Give us the Mythical Meats. There we go. Look, Harvey.
Yeah.
Look.
mystery.
Look.
Look. Do you want this? Do you want this dog? No, I'm going to slime my dad's nose.
Yeah.
Right, okay, come on. So Sophie Isles next week. And as Sophie is a big Ian and Babs fan, the Doctor Who story we're going to look at next week is The Chase.
Ah,
God, doesn't that go on for like 20 episodes or something?
No Love 6.
6.
Third Dalek story, and bit over ambitious, maybe. But
Is this the one with the Mary Celeste?
yes, yeah.
and is it Peter Purvis being a drunk American on top of the?
Indeed, it is off.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yep, Morton Dill. That got him the role of Stephen Taylor. Fair dues. So, yep, Sophie Isles next week, as well as The Chase. We won't be looking at the Tomorrow People next week. We need some time to talk to Sophie. But it'll be the first episode of Life on Mars Series 2. Which reminds me, Brian, I've got to introduce you. I've got to introduce you to Tufty the safety squirrel.
Fuck.
Did you watch that Camberwick Green thing I put down for you? It's in chat. We were discussing it last week, along with Mr. Dalek Invades Truntonshire.
You need it for next
Probably,
week.
yes.
So that's
Probably.
a no then.
My entire world has been a blur this week. I got a 2-day notice. You're going back to the office full time. And what?
Well, at least it's unlike a friend of ours who basically got told, actually, you know you were working at home? Yeah, well, we're not going to do that anymore. Right, okay. From now on, you've got to drive down to Brighton and do a different job. Oh, okay. So that poor lad's been
at least
rushed
they
off
gave
his
me time
feet.
to do laundry. I mean, that's a big thing.
Yeah, to be fair. Oh, what a good boy. What a good boy. Look at that.
He's in a huff.
He's not talking to you or me,
No,
Eddie.
no. It's. Where's mine? Where's the meats? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Not happy.
Okay, so we're not having any more videos because Windows Media Player isn't working properly, so that can go stick its head in the pig. But now from the world's BBC Television's Doctor Who, it's Doctor Who. There we go. That was good, wasn't it? The fourth
Useful
Doctor
segue.
Who, probably, along with the second Romana Dratralander and the second K9, are basically, well, they're just flying through the Zolfa system, and they've decided, oop, hang on, we need to steady the TARDIS because K9's still a bit dented, and there's some delicate repair work to be done. And so they do. In the meantime, on Zolfa Thera, where there are these huge screens, a bunch of Gaztecs turn up with essentially Arthur Dent, an Englishman, just a bored, ordinary Englishman from 1980. And in the end, the bored Englishman from 1980 gets taken over by Meglos, last of the Zolfa Therons. I know, right? Wow. This is the story where we get the drinking song, the chronic hysteresis drinking song. I'm stuck in a chronic hysteresis. Yes, I'm stuck in a chronic hysteresis. Yes, I'm stuck in a chronic... However, if you do the round on it, you get unstuck. Do you see what I mean? This is the second story of Series 18. It's probably one of two that were possible hangovers from previous time. When Chris Bidmead, the script editor, turned up to find out what was in the cupboard when he took over, there wasn't much, let's put it that way. This is written by new writers to the show. Flanagan and Allen. No, McCulloch and Allen and Flanagan. I don't know. I can never remember. And it's rather jolly, actually.
Were Tom and Lala actually talking to each other during this point, or?
Ooh, Lord, I'd need to look at the production schedule, find out when this was produced. Trust me, when we get to State of Decay, you'll see.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I like this one. Mind you, I like all of Series 18. I see its faults, but I don't care. So, Dominic!
Mm-hmm.
Prove you exist by doing talking about Meglos.
Well, like as you were saying, it's definitely a sort of a hangover. It's sort of the last of the season I want to say season 17 style of storytelling before we get into the gritty stuff that season 18 is really known for. Even though it's not really as silly as the season 17 ones. But then again, he does turn into a cactus, so horses for courses. But the Doctor just looking like a cactus, which is, well, I mean, what's not to like? But it's a story that really works for me. Like you, I'm a massive season 18 fan as it is. And like from the concept and the handling of the whole chronic hysteresis, I mean, they could have just said time loop, but they decided not to for some reason.
Because of Christopher
confrontation between
H. Bidmead, whose address, by the way, if you want to send him fan mail, is a cold, high place overlooking the universe.
Oh, good old Bidmead, overcomplicating everything. So like we had the confrontation between Meglos and the Doctor at the end, which I found was really cool because you could see Tom really showcase other like acting chops in other ways.
Do you think he ate the scenery at all as Meglos?
Well, I think he was definitely a bit more. He was definitely a bit more card-carrying villain. I would say that his performance was. I mean, it was definitely different.
Yes.
I mean, I just recall him just like getting up and close, personal with this poor unsuspecting lady, and it's just like in his full cactus form, and it's just uncomfortable to watch. And goodness knows how they filmed that, but yeah, I still think that it's just like this is Tom on form. This is Tom really on really good form throughout the entire story, and yeah, and also it was good to see Jacqueline Hill back as well as Lexa, aka Barbara Wright. But yeah, I found that I really liked it. It's not one of my favorites of the series, but generally very good, pretty decent.
Just a solid entry.
Yeah, solid entry.
No, that's good. I know I was going to add something to what you were going to say, but I can't remember what it is. Let's turn to Eddie now, because his attention's wandering. Eddie, shiny thing.
Sorry. Lots going on in the house at the minute. I like this too. I would agree with Dominic. I wouldn't say that it's one of my favourites. Again, I'm attracted to the shiny things, so I thought the makeup, particularly in Meglos, really, really good.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Leisure Hive and Meglos had Tom wearing a lot of makeup. I bet he wasn't happy about that.
Yeah.
Because that looks like a good few hours in a makeup chair.
Well, it was J&T that insisted that Tom had a basic makeup done for the telly. Before that, he didn't really bother.
Oh.
So, there we go.
The special effects, particularly around Zolfathura, I thought they're actually pretty good. I mean, it's somebody that's been watching a lot of Blake Seven and then going and watching this. It's like, this is pretty good.
Do you want me to do the explanation for it?
Yes, please. Go for it, please.
It was the first example of something called scene sync, where basically it's an extension to CSO, where you had two cameras, one filming, I don't know, your little person-y chap, and then the other one filming the model. And then both cameras move in time so that you can actually get a decent moving background and decent along with the people. It was one of the very first uses of that on telly. Once again, Doctor Who being a pioneer. There you go, Eddie.
No, thank you. So, and again, that worked, and I thought, so visually it worked for me. The story itself, doppelganger Doctor, lots of confusion ensues. It was serviceable. It does its job, like I said. But it didn't really stand out as something I would say is a prime example of this is what I'd recommend to somebody. You've got to watch Doctor Who, watch Tom Baker era, watch Meglos. I wouldn't suggest it for that because there's better to come. There's lots more to come. And I find this one genuinely sad. This one always gets me because it's kind of the signals that the end for Romana 2 is nigh, and that always makes me a bit depressed.
Yeah, she will marry me one day. I'm just
She
saying.
has to.
Yeah.
She has to.
Prevert,
Yeah.
what did you make of it?
Oh, me, thanks.
It's all right, love.
It was a fun little romp.
Seriously, as soon as I announced Sophie Isles was joining us, he thought Sophie Miles, and his mind went to awful places.
It's the vampire show on CBS, Outlander. I'm just saying.
Dude, Meglos.
Meglos, fun little romp. Had the pre-casting for the cast of the Road Warrior in it. Tom Baker actually, he may have hated the makeup, but you have to admit, when he goes over the top as a villain, he went over the frickin' top.
Scenery, yum yum.
Oh,
Oh,
watch. If you want to see Tom Baker villain, Rasputin the Mad Monk, and is it Sinbad in the Eye of the Tiger that
Yep.
he's in?
Yep.
Both great performances. Tom,
In fact, I
he's
think it was Rasputin that got him the role. It was one of
That
those
would
two
be-
I
films.
believe so, yeah.
Yeah,
and
Barry and
it was
Tell went
fantastic.
out to go and see. All right, he'd written a thing to Sean Sutton, sort of saying, "Please employ me." And so they said, "Well, look, have a look at Tom Baker. He's on at the moment at the cinema." They came out and said, "We found our doctor."
nice.
So, anyway, go on, carry on,
Yeah,
keep
he-
talking.
No, he did a fantastic job. The plot was a little thin, a little predictable.
There was some serious padding with the, the planet revolves the other way around.
Yeah, there was also the whole, the time slip thing.
Chronic hysteresis, love.
Yeah, that thing.
You got to get your terminology right.
I'm not from Gallifrey. It's a time slip.
It's the time loop.
Time loop. It's a quantum repeating time loop.
It's chronic
Ooh,
hysteresis.
get you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I like that bit.
Well,
Especially,
no, it's fine. It's just it kept going and going and going, and they played it up a lot.
did seem like there was a
It
lot
went
of...
a little too long.
There was a fair bit of padding in this story, to be
Yeah.
fair. The
And then you had the
man-
predictable, are you the doctor? Are you the doctor? Which one's the doctor? How can I figure it out?
Well, one of them's just turned into a cactus.
And one of them is now one of the cactus people. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, that's racist. Cacti.
Ooh, who's remembering his tenant?
Uh-huh. So, yeah, there was that. And then he, went megalomaniacal crazy. And that was awesome.
Meglos maniacal. It's a
Meglos
particular
maniacal
sort
crazy.
of acting.
It's a specific crazy. You were wondering, why didn't he ever change back? Why didn't Meglos ever revert
Yeah.
back?
When he got back, that would so avoid the whole confusion on Sulfurfura. Why did he not just then go back to being a cactus?
Exactly.
Because the form he was in gave him a lot more mobility. He could go and check the screens and everything else like that. He didn't know the doctor was going to turn up.
So go back to being the English guy that they got that was terrified that his wife was going to think he was late getting home for his dinner. Go
I
back to
actually
that
think
one.
Baker was having way too much fun to give that up.
That's true. Plus, it did mean there was another coat up for grabs.
Yes.
I got one. I got that coat. It's a good coat.
And Tom now got double the screen time.
Well, quite indeed. Yeah. There's nothing special to say about Meglos, but that's
Nothing
not
bad.
to take anything away from it.
No,
It's
there's
just
nothing special, but there's nothing bad to say, really.
great music.
Yeah, exactly.
Our first experience of Paddy Kingsland on the first episode, because Peter Howell, I think, had a cold and couldn't actually do it. And then he came in and did the last three episodes Peter Howell did. Now then, boys, I said I was going to ask you a question. What's wrong with episode 4 of Meglos?
I should have stopped at
It
episode
was aired
3.
first in the BritBox listing.
Dominic, any ideas?
I'm trying to.
My hand is hovering. That's all I'm saying. My hand is hovering. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Go watch the ending again and listen to the theme tune. It's pitched down by about semitone or tone.
I'd have never have got that.
It stands out like a sore thumb. Especially if you're watching, you're binging Meglos. So, I do love the way your camera sometimes it freezes, and then you go all
Quick.
all black and white, ancient film thing, and you go wee, and then it's all catches
catch
up.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I catch up.
I think that's
I
lovely.
can
Like
see,
this.
I can actually watch myself do it on Twitch. It's great.
Don't watch
Yeah, of
yourself
course.
doing it, love. Just don't.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, so you've all learnt an unworthy of the diamond logo. Well done. By the way, I approve of your banner choice for
Dominic's
Twitter.
first.
It is Dominic's first unworthy of the diamond
Dominic's
logo.
Hey.
One of us. One of us.
I am proud of you, youngling.
Hooray! I finally made it.
I noticed you changed your Twitter picture. Your banner picture on Twitter.
My bad
Eddie.
picture on
Oh yes, I did. Just
It
slightly,
gives-
just subtly.
Yeah,
Just
it gives
subtly.
fair warning, to be honest.
Yes,
Yeah, you know what you're going to be engaging with.
pretty
So,
much.
general thumbs up for Meglos?
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Ooh, a thumb and a half.
Yes.
How about this?
Maybe
Oh,
trying
it's
to
good,
ride
not
the
bad.
world's tiniest motorbike.
Meow, meow, meow. Mm.
Okay. Next week we're doing The Chase. In 3 weeks' time, we'll be looking at Full Circle to keep going through our Series 18 thing, which is good. Now, we did do a big finish. This is going to be an interesting one. They've been releasing Callan. This is the second box set, based on the text stories written for the Sunday Express by the creator, Peter Mitchell. His son is involved with Big Finish to do these. Ben Miles instead of Edward Woodward, or Iwa Wuwa. Sorry, my friend saw him in the West End, and all the D's the lights on the D's had gone out, so it was just Iwa Wuwa. Yes, sorry. Edward Woodward played Callan on the TV series, and Russell Hunter played Lonely. On the audios, it's Ben Miles as Callan and Frank Skinner as Lonely. Callan was late 60s, early 70s, and is a gritty sort of spy drama, unlike your Bonds or anything else like that. It was huge back then. I first encountered it on a Channel 4 rerun in the mid-80s. Saturday nights we'd be sat down, I'd have a bowl of spaghetti bolognese or chili con carne, and we'd watch Callan. Since then, I've bought the network videos of all that's left, which you can do. There's 2 series of black and white, which are pretty damn good. Radox the Red's here. Everyone say hello to Radox the Red.
Hello.
Hello, Redox the Red.
Hey, Radox.
Yeah, like I say, it was huge. Then it moved into colour, and there's also a DVD from Network for the colour stuff. Like I say, some of it did get a little bit de-accessorised, withdrawn and junked. So there's some lost stories there. I absolutely adore Callan. And I came to this thinking, all right, let's see how they do. I have a couple of complaints, but I'm going to be honest with you, they've got it spot on. Absolutely spot on. The pacing is the same, which, all right, you might not want that for an audio play, but it works. It just builds the atmosphere. It works. A couple of things. Ben Miles needs to occasionally drop a bit of RP. Woodward Woodward was RP doing trying to act tough, whereas Ben Miles is just he's taken him down to other ranks, if you understand what I mean. But it still works, and only after a few minutes you're thinking, yeah, I could. Oh, this is lovely. It's beautiful. I'm now going to pass you over, oh dear God, to Eddie, who utterly loved this.
No, he didn't.
I might have been lying.
You may have been exaggerating slightly, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So I will start with a bit of history around this. Right? So I've probably came to Callan before you did, Siobhan, because it was repeated all the way through the 70s, and my dad absolutely loved it.
You bastard
Absolutely
viewers in
loved it.
Scotland having your own programmes.
We used to get this in the afternoons. It used to be one of those things that they would repeat in the afternoons. So it'd be one of those things that if my dad was on a night shift and it was like I'd be ill and off school, feeling poorly and not able to attend, it'd be something. It would be put straight on. Now this would be just after Crown Court.
Yep.
To older viewers, and before the 3:30 shutdown or whatever. I think I don't know. Anyway, it is incredibly slow.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. The pacing for this and the original TV show, right down to the little bits where the tune comes in for the advertisement.
Yeah, that's a nice touch.
They do this perfectly, but this is not for me. I like my spies, ex-spies, to be riding hover-generated gadgets.
But if you enjoyed Callan so much, what went wrong?
My dad did. This is
something. Right. Okay.
This is young me would be. Where's his wristwatch with the thing that comes out so he can strangle folk? Where's his? And I went to this thinking, I'm an adult now. I'm going to sit and I'm going to enjoy this and I'm going to appreciate it for what it was. About 5 minutes in, I reverted back to being like a 7-year-old boy again. It was just really, really slow. It's realistic. He's an ex-spy. He's dealt with the KGB.
No, he's ex-Marines.
Ex-Marines. So, and again, just one of the things I did like about the original series though was lonely, because Russell Hunter is, for viewers in Scotland, is a legend up here. This is a guy that's a legend of stage, screen, and TV.
And for Doctor Who fans.
Yeah, he's been in everything.
He played Ivanov in Robots of Death.
He is he's just a legendary character. He's been in tons of comedy things like Para Handy, and it's just all these classic Scottish things that he's been in. And we sadly lost him, I think, 79. He was 79 in early 2000s. Great guy, great character. No disrespect to Frank Skinner. Frank Skinner is not lonely. Russell Hunter is and always will be lonely.
Well, Woodward and him, they just made the perfect pairing.
Yeah.
The tragedy of it was that each of them only had one friend, and that was the other. They'd met in prison, which is one of the reasons the section that Callan works for has a hold over him. That and the fact they can kill him whenever they want. The section's headed up by someone called Hunter. Now, Hunter is a code name, as indeed is Charlie. Also a code name when you ring in and want to speak to Charlie, please. And so hunters come and hunters go. This is one of the little complaints I have. And I mean this with love. Nick Briggs plays Hunter. You can tell it's a role he's been dying to play for so long. The problem I have, and it's my problem, not his, is it's Nick Briggs. You can't get past his voice. You can't suspend the disbelief. It's Nick Briggs. It's a shame, but like I say, it's probably me. Other people might not get that.
If you're a fan like yourself, Siobhan, of the original series, this is a homage. It is a tribute and if you like the original series, you'll probably like this. For me, I just couldn't find. I tried. I went into this listening to it, and I thought, right, I'm an older person now. I'll get into this. I just couldn't. I couldn't get emotionally attached to the characters. The story itself didn't draw me in. So, not my favourite Big Finish.
I love the
apologise.
fact that you couldn't get emotionally involved. At the end of series 2 of Callan, he gets shot. And they weren't sure if the TV show was going. There was a massive Callan Lives campaign. You know, we're talking in 1969 England. Massive Callan Lives campaign. Yeah.
I'm not talking about Callan TV show, which I wasn't a fan of either. This episode that we listened to, it just didn't catch me. It just didn't.
That's fair enough. You don't have to like everything.
As
long as you love your favourite aunt. That's all we need to know.
Absolutely. Without saying, and like I said, it's very rare that I like anything. So the fact that I'm liking so much on this, it's been refreshing and actually quite exhausting.
Dominic, was this your first exposure to Callan?
This was undoubtedly my first exposure to Callan. I had never seen the show. I mean, I had grown up on basically on those sorts of detective shows. Like, my mother always enjoyed making me watch things like The Professionals or Minder. But this one I had never seen, so this was my...
But the thing is, with Callan, you've also got the moral debate going on, which you didn't get in The Professionals or The Sweeney. There's a moral debate because Callan hates what he does.
Yeah.
But you got that groovy entrance, the three groovy tunes.
There is that element of that dubious morality about it that I did catch on to. Whereas in things like Professionals, everything is always above board, cut and dry. They're the heroes, that is that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't too enamored by it. I thought the story itself was okay. It was serviceable. It was pretty decent. But it was indeed pretty slow. What was it, like an hour and a half or something?
No, it's just an hour.
10 minutes. It just felt an hour and a half. Sorry.
It felt longer than an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. So I'm kind of used to that sort of pace when it comes to detective stories, but it just seemed to keep on going, and I didn't really particularly like many of the characters, although I did find Callan himself quite fascinating.
I do apologise. I think the dog's finished whatever the hell that was you tried to poison me with. She's now at the water bowl, drinking desperately.
Oh, she'll be there for a while.
Oh yeah, those are salty.
You've got your glue stuck, haven't you?
Oh dear.
They're coming back. They want more.
Again, I think some of the televised Callans are on YouTube. You can buy both the black and white and the colour series on Network, quite reasonably. I really do recommend it. Do not,
it has,
for the love of God, buy Callan the Wet Job.
Oh.
I'll tell you about it after Brian, Parko over there, has done talking.
Where to start on Callan?
Beginning?
Okay, let's start at the beginning. I've never heard of this.
Fair enough, that's understandable.
So I go on with absolutely no nostalgia filters on whatsoever.
I mean, I was dubious. I honestly was dubious. I thought, is this going to work? And it just did.
That's one way of looking at it. My way of looking at it was, yeah, no, this sucked. I was bored to tears. I was bored. Fortunately, though, I was making over 500 million influence in City of Heroes at the time, so I wasn't all that bored listening to it. Yeah, the pacing was off for me. The dialogue was off for me. I mean, I have no frame of reference for this, much like the Life on Mars stuff.
Yep. That makes sense. But he is the antidote to. I was going to say panel shows. No, he's the antidote to Bond and Napoleon Solo. It's a
like
grubby
Bond.
little world he lives in.
I don't need that. I've seen Edward Woodward.
You are.
Yeah. Oh, what was it? Wasn't the
Wickerman?
Equalizer, was it?
The
Yes,
Equalizer.
it was
yes,
The
he's
Equalizer.
Yeah,
original
that was
Equalizer.
the Equalizer.
Which he
Now
played.
you're talking.
Honestly,
He played.
He's ex.
he played the
ex-MI.
Equalizer, the main
No,
character.
he basically played Callan.
Yeah, he played Callan, and I was fine. I'm fine with the old Equalizer show.
Okay. Yeah. There's loads of
yeah.
Callan on YouTube. However, do not watch The Wet Job. I'll explain about that in a moment.
Oh,
I think it's a shame you didn't enjoy it, but
I did.
I'm now going to turn around and say to Eddie, have you never listened to any of Big Finish's Prisoner stuff?
Yes, they've been on Radio 4, so I've listened to the first 2 seasons on Radio 4.
Okay. Now, how does that, considering
that-
you're
that-
such a complete Prisoner fan, how does that
Well,
hold up?
Great, I really enjoy them. And Sean's got season 3, which I'm going to actually have to get round to actually listening to. They make the bit they avoid the big mistake. It's not a redoing of the Patrick McGoon stories. It's similar stories, similar titles, but they're done differently. And the guy who plays the prisoner doesn't try even in any sense to copy McGoon. Doesn't go anywhere near the McGoon, and they are worth a listen because I really
Is
enjoy
it
them.
Julian
Yes,
Wadham? I can't remember.
I
But
think
now
you're
you
right.
see where I'm coming from. You've got a Big Finish set of stories about something you absolutely adored and
Yeah.
still do. I've got this now. So it balances out, really.
Yeah.
The Wet Job. I think it was something to do with an ITV anniversary, 40th anniversary, 30th anniversary, I don't know. And so they decided to make a special episode of Callan. Unfortunately, instead of doing it at Thames like they should have done, oh dear me, ATV got a hold of it. The same people who did Sapphire and Steel. Indeed, the same composer, Cyril Orendale, did the music for this. Oh, God.
Wait, did he get stuck in a diner for the end of the season?
Oh, I only wish. It's a dreadful, dreadful piece of television. So whatever you do, don't buy it. The one thing I did buy from Network, they've got like an extra bit of Callan behind the scenes DVD and whatever, which includes the Edward Woodward entertainment hour, where they tried to sort of make him into an entertainment star. So he sang the theme tune, which the music's actually called Girl in the Dark, but with the lyrics it's This Man Alone. And there was a little sketch with Lonely and Father Dear Father, if anybody remembers that.
Patrick's Cargill.
Yeah.
Cargill.
Yep. Yeah.
You have this
it's not
horrified
good.
look on your face, Eddie.
The Edward Woodward Entertainment Hour. That sounds like something from a Simpsons sketch.
Doesn't-
Seriously, it's
Right.
like that. It's basically we're going to have him front and centre. He'll sing songs. He'll do a couple of sketches, and it's
Edward the Wicker Man Woodward
Yeah.
doing an entertainment
Yeah.
hour.
I mean, you watch that and you think,
That's
dear
not
God,
right.
dear God in heaven, dear God.
Doesn't sound right, does it? It really does.
No.
I must watch this. I must find. Is this on YouTube?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
most things are.
Oh, I'm watching
Everything's
this.
on YouTube.
Blake 7, isn't?
Yeah, I
There you
know.
go.
It's only the stuff that the television companies don't really care about. That's what the copyright things. They don't care about it. So it goes on YouTube. No one. It just goes over their heads.
But as soon as somebody like BritBox turns around and says, right, we're going to stream Blake 7, immediately it all gets shut down
Stripped.
on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Then it's fine.
But it's interesting that Callan's still up there, actually.
Who's the
Because
president?
Network have... yeah, indeed. Because Network... We love Network. They're responsible for an awful lot of debt around the planet. Because people are going, oh my God, I've got to have this. It's wonderful, wonderful, nostalgic. It's like having Talking Pictures TV, but
That's a brilliant channel.
oh, I'm hooked on Rumpole.
Rumpole of the Bailey. Oh, I know.
Do you know what the next programme is on after Rumpole?
No.
Callan.
Oh, well, no, fine. I'll stop at Rumpole.
I'm absolutely hooked on Rumpole of the Bailey. Okay, so basically what we've got to say here is, if you know Callan, this is for
Yes.
you.
Yes.
But according to my three boys here, if you don't know Callan, it's a bit of a drag. Which is a shame.
If you know it, and as a 7-year-old, 6-year-old boy and didn't enjoy it and haven't grown up, you won't enjoy it.
There's memories coming out here, Brian. Have you noticed this?
I've noticed this. We're like talk therapy for
Yeah,
everybody.
exactly. That's yeah. I wholeheartedly recommend both box sets, but quite simply because they got it spot on. They really did. But it's not for everyone, it seems. It would be interesting, actually. I mean, not yourself, Eddie, but it would be interesting to see Dominic and Brian's reaction to a TV episode.
I'm curious in trying it out.
No
I
wonder.
mean, you've got to remember. You've got to remember context. 1968, 1969, different sort of television storytelling.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. No wonder.
So.
I watched The Equalizer, no problem.
Let's do
I
the
love The
Equalizer. As a cleanser for this, let's do the Equalizer that Adam Ant was the guest baddie in.
Yes, I remember that.
Yes.
No,
That was amazing. Oh,
I'm sorry, we're not having American Iwawuwa.
Adam Ant, Edward Woodward.
Adam Ant, come on.
Next thing you'll be wanting me to
Invasion?
watch the A-Team with Boy George.
Oh, I've done that.
Oh,
I'm not doing that again.
well, yeah, of course.
I'm not doing that again. Oh, Boy George may be many things. Can he act? Feck no.
Oh, dear. It was amazing. Actually, got on it. I mean, I have no idea about it. I don't want to.
This was Boy George during the drug years, and it's so obvious. It's
Yeah,
like
right
somebody
when
wheeling
he
them on.
started in America.
Say your
right when he
line,
hit
say your
big.
lines, George, and then roll them off.
Yeah, right when he's hit big in America. Yep. Talk
Do
for
you know
the
what's
camera. Go
Do you
away.
know what's great about that episode? Mr. T loved the A-Team, and if you loved the, of course he loved the A-Team. He loved Boy George and Culture Club. You watch them. You watch the scenes where he's watching them. He's the rest are just miserable gets. He's loving it. He's sitting there.
Hang on. Is that
Like,
acting or in real life?
Mr. T is not that good an actor.
You've just been attacked by your earphones.
Always am.
It's like an
When I get
axon's
too excited.
reaching
It's
out
like
to
when
you.
Hulk Hogan was on the A-Team. That was a Titanic episode. That was amazing.
Well, they sank.
Oh no. Well, no, but it was an amazing episode.
Oh, but Hulk Hogan did do a TV show where he was in a boat like Knight Rider, and that did sink. That sank to high.
Yeah,
heaven.
that did sink.
Yes.
Knight Rider or the Hoff?
Oh no, this was Hulk Hogan in a Knight Rider like boat that was a crime solving boat, which again sounds as if
It's
Airwolf, Knight Rider, Hulk
in a
Hogan's
boat
boat.
with Hulk Hogan.
solving boat. Remember, there's always a fjord, a canal, something.
Wow, I want to see this now. A crime-solving boat.
It's something of thunder or something, isn't it? I'll come
something
back.
like
It's not
that.
Tropic
I've got to
Thunder. It's
Google
not Days of Thunder.
Something. We'll look it up on IMDb later.
Yeah.
Destroy
So,
our
Big
brains.
Finish, sorry about that, but you do have one staunch supporter for it right here. The others, they don't count. Don't worry. They are minions, and I only let them speak, basically, to filter the air. So,
Thunder in Paradise.
Thunder in Paradise.
You say that with such pride.
It's the fact that, what was it, Dominic said that programs that people don't care about, you can find them on YouTube. Freely available, I'm sure, on YouTube.
I didn't say people, I said the production companies.
Oh,
Kind of like the first season of Forever Night. Yeah.
Oh, my word. All right, let's move on from Callan. Let's jaunt, everyone. You see, Stephen reckons he's seen something in hyperspace. And they basically keep trying. They've managed to find a life-detecting thing. And if you're in hyperspace, you can point it, and if there's life, it'll go beep, 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 beep. You know? It's a thing that goes beep, basically. There is something in hyperspace. It's a spaceship. And there's also a robot floating in hyperspace, because that's where Jedediah ended up at the end of the last story. This is Eddie doing his thing. I was going to say this Medusa strain. It is the Medusa strain.
It is the Medusa strain.
The second Tomorrow People story.
The setup for
a
further.
Bit overlong, but entertaining.
It does introduce
entertaining as hell.
Time Guardians.
Yeah, it's entertaining as hell, though.
It is.
They're trying yet again to get someone to be like Roger Delgado.
Delgado. Oh, yes.
Yeah, they're trying to copy that so hard.
Yeah.
Jedediah too.
I was literally thinking that.
I believe we only have one more appearance of Jedediah to come.
Yes.
In The Revenge of Jedediah, but that's a little way down the tracks. I love this. Daft as a brush. Lots of time for Carol. A lot of their time.
Carol
for
got
her.
a lot of screen time. In this.
No. And brilliant. It wasn't the boys solving everything. It was Carol. So I got not much more to say about it, except it's good comfort television, quite frankly. Who would like to go next? Eddie, you haven't started off one yet, have you?
Yeah, can I ask
You started off Colin.
I did. So,
Oh, right. So Prevert.
Oh, good. Yeah, no, this was a fantastic episode. Loved it. Second Tomorrow People arc. Carol gets center stage. You meet the Guardians of Time. You meet Peter. And for some strange reason, I really enjoyed it when Jedediah tortured him.
You'll notice with Peter,
I don't know
the
why. I just enjoyed
first
it.
inkling of Roger Price, the guy who created it and occasionally directed it and wrote it, his slight obsession with young boys not wearing very much.
Yeah, it was very frilly and very...
There was a bit of nipple showing.
I was going to say 70s. It was very 70s disco. We're going with that. We're being nice.
We're being nice.
Yeah. When he was tortured by Jedediah, I was like... But it set up everything. The entire premises for the show. Hyperspace being the key to space travel. Hyperspace being the key to time travel. Hyperspace being how they teleport around the planet. If you want to do something, go to hyperspace.
It's world building.
Yeah.
It's only their second story, and they're giving you answers.
And they're going through time travel on this. This is the first episode where they actually deal with time travel.
It's interesting how they do it. Basically, it's almost interstitial time. They arrive between the now and the now. Everything's frozen, but they can do whatever they want.
And they discover that if you're in hyperspace when that happens, you're immune to it.
Yeah.
Again, hyperspace. Just need to do something, go to hyperspace. The Medusa. Okay, apart from being a creature, budget, that thing terrified me as a little kid.
Oh, poor baby Brian.
I was the biggest wimp on the planet in the 70s, and that thing didn't. It was
Paco.
a big.
I think I'm remembering it wrong.
It was a bit of plastic on a shopping trolley.
Built. Oh my god!
On a shopping trolley.
It's a tomato with a felt hat on it.
You're going to get some worse stuff when we watch Blake
What the
7.
hell was I scared of?
Seriously,
It's growing.
you're going to get some worse stuff in Blake 7, trust me.
I'm okay
Oh
with
yeah.
Yeah,
They couldn't
it's a
afford the
tomato
shopping
with a
trolley for Blake
felt
7.
cap on it. Jesus Christ. Having Jedediah, the shape-changing robot, show up and then get defeated. It sets up the Revenge of Jedediah,
Indeed.
which comes in the 3rd season, I believe, which is the final Jedediah.
Which I watched in error this week, but I went back and watched Medusa stream. It was a good episode. But
Yeah.
anyway, so-
Oh, in that case, Eddie, do talking.
Oh no, I did both.
What?
So, and it was Brian correcting me. He says, "We're not doing that one. We're doing Medusa stream." So, Medusa stream kind of woken up my feelings towards Carol, and not that way. She's so bloody annoying. When do we get Elizabeth? Elizabeth is so much more
Next
kinda-
series.
Next
Great.
season. Next
With
season.
one,
So-
she
so-
joins in one of the classic Tomorrow People stories,
One of the best ones.
the blue and the green. I've actually got a green badge somewhere. People were handing out. Do you want blue or green at a convention?
You're a bloody green. Oh, it's on.
Oh, they've been doing the blue and green thing in Glasgow for years.
That's true.
The other thing, John's a bloody know-all. The whole thing around him about explaining time and then the diver going off. No, I'm Team Ginge, and I'm Team Kenny. Ginge and Kenny.
Kenny were fun.
Yeah, and again, they were just working class, down to earth guys. The rest were a bit too kind of middle class and hoity-toity for me.
John
But I still
is a
loved it.
know-all.
Oh,
He's supposed
yes.
to be 17.
17?
He's annoying.
Yeah, okay, that's a bit...
I kinda wanna
He's
jinx
the
the
only
punch.
Tomorrow person to be in every story, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's the only one that lives because he kind of puts others in. He's the general. He puts everybody else in front. Kenny and Stephen, just you go into hyperspace and see what you can do to solve it. Carol, it's your turn. He's definitely the smartest. He's definitely smartest. Also so that's probably why he's lasted so long.
Oh, interesting comment in chat from Radox the Red. The blue and the green is probably the reason I play Ingress. He's on the green team, naturally. I used to play Ingress. It's a game for Android phones. Might be an Apple as well. But you go around and you had little areas that you had to defeat to take over the zones and create larger zones, linking them up and whatever. Trouble is, it ate the phone battery.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on. More talking.
Jedediah, definitely, particularly this incarnation, Roger Delgado ripoff. You can see it, just even the look. Lots of really quite, the whole thing around hyperspace is the answer to everything. Two carriers get killed. Don't worry, John was working on a reanimation process, so we'll just bring everybody back to life. There's lots of little kind of, but again, it's a kids show, right?
Exactly. I mean, it was
love-
showing at what? Quarter five in the
5:05.
in the evening. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
just before the
I loved it when I was growing up. I really
Yeah.
did. I wanted to be a Tomorrow person.
Everybody did.
Yeah, we all did. And Chinge is getting coughing. The android as well. So the android who obviously
It's Dave
actually-
Prowse, everybody.
it's Dave Prowse. It's the Green Cross
Yeah.
Code Man.
It's Darth Vader.
Yeah, and they give him lines, which is great. Here's your coffee. I'll be a Jedediah now. He's got lines. And obviously, the amount of money they spent on writing lines for Dave Prowse, they saved on the fact that he's wearing next to little clothes, apart from a loincloth and some nipple coverings.
That's why I
So
said it
something
was very 70s.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
70s disco. Oh, yeah.
I do not believe your lies, Princess Leia.
Coffin need battle plans.
Hang hang on a second.
So,
Oh god.
oh,
Okay, thought it was the dog throwing up. It wasn't. It was a cat.
oh, good. Oh, bad.
Throwing up
Throwing up.
where I'm going to be sitting afterwards, so I've got some cleaning to do. Great.
So, yeah, I love this, but it's pure nostalgia.
It is.
I mean,
There's no two
it's-
ways about it. You can't turn around
Yeah.
and hold it up as a high art television series.
No.
Definitely not.
Dominic, my love, what did you make of it?
Oh, I mean, again, this is like my first experience of the Tomorrow People's bringing it through with like a coherent narrative. So I would say I enjoyed it. I mean, it did have that sort of feel that I got from the 70s Doctor Who's, like specifically the Pertwee era. It was a kind of surreal experience to watch. It got like the title sequence with the hand. It's just all over. It's insane. All of strange. I'm just imagining Peter now, and he's just so androgynous, and
Yes, that's
Mhm.
fair.
there's so much weirdness about it, with the weird visuals and everything, and the God bless them, they tried special effects.
Well, Doctor Who had a larger
Special
budget and the whole of the
features,
BBC behind it. This didn't.
Yeah, I just got in my mind. I can just see like the two of them in front of clearly still images of London, like green screened in, or however
that
the
was
hell they did
awful.
that.
That
back
I've got to admit. Let's put a postcard
Oh,
up
that
and,
is-
and jaunt them in front of it.
then. Yeah, it's literally a postcard, and they're like, "Oh, we're in London. Oh, it's all frozen. Ah, well, okay." But it did give me those sorts of like, it sort of felt like a space odyssey mixed with a little bit of Dune, and I had a good time watching it, but I couldn't help but feel like I was watching an extended edition of Look and Read.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Ah,
I mean,
The boy from space.
yeah,
yes.
Peep peep.
yes,
the Thin
yes,
Man.
exactly. And don't get me wrong, I love Look and Read.
That scared the living
and-
crap
and
out
like,
of
as
me,
you
that
can
story.
say-
Oh, me too. And you got that during school hours. You
Yeah,
could watch
it
that
was
at school
something
and
they
kind
showed
of-
you at school.
Oh,
Go,
goodness.
Traumatized class for the next hour.
There's a lot of things about this as well that are quite scary. Like, I wouldn't, if I were to watch it now, which I did, if we just put it on TV, you wouldn't think it was necessarily a kid show per se. I would say it's more of a family tea time sort of thing, because it, like, so much references to death, got cigarette references. It's like, goodness me, you wouldn't get away with that nowadays.
Well,
Well,
certainly not the
70s.
cigarette references.
It's-
Yeah.
But again, standards have changed.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah,
do stuff
exactly.
on television that you used to be able to do in the 70s.
But to be fair, Tim wouldn't get in
No.
the cigarettes because cigarettes are bad for you.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yep.
Mm.
But if Tim's so bloody clever,
But as
why
you were
doesn't he
saying
make
as well,
cigarettes that
Jedediah,
aren't
very-
bad for you?
Absolutely.
Good
And if you
point.
notice in the TV show, only the villains are smoking.
I look forward to seeing
God,
Colonel
Harry.
Masters.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we all a thumbs up on that?
Yeah.
Well, thumbs
That's
aloft.
thumbs
We
up.
like this. Go on, mate. You're doing it. Yeah. This is comfort telly. Admittedly, Callan for me is comfort telly as well, but so I've had a very good week of it. We're not doing the Tomorrow People next week because, as I've said, we need to make time to talk to Sophie. I'm really
To do
looking
Life
forward
on
to that.
Mars. It's okay.
No, we're doing Life on Mars,
a week
Brian.
break. It's
We're
the
doing
season.
Life on Mars.
I tried.
Often.
You tried. Good try.
Talking of Life on Mars, boys and girls, it was the last episode of Series 1 this week that we watched.
Thank Christ.
In which
Oh, sorry.
Sam Tyler ends up meeting his father. The father that was often away, ostensibly working, and had basically run out on them. And Sam, as an adult, is now facing him. Whew, there's a lot in this. Sam desperate for his father to do the right thing. But his father plays him all the way down the line.
Yeah.
And right up until the end. You now see where the greenery and the red dress came from, Brian.
Yep.
Um,
It looked quite fetching on her.
yeah.
She does look good.
So, we're going to go straight to Brian on this one, simply because he loves it so much.
Actually, I'm going to surprise you. I actually did like this episode.
Oh, that's
Okay.
lovely, because I really do want you to enjoy this.
Oh, I like the show. This episode. I hate the show, but I like the episode.
No. Watch very carefully. I'm seeing cacti spots appear in Brian's face. This isn't Brian. This
Who
is-
are you?
Megala!
And what have you done with the prevert?
No, I did like this episode simply because it did expand on Sam's past history.
And it had porn in it.
And it had porn in it.
Yes.
His dad was a pornographer, not a traveling salesman. Dad made illegal porn.
So they found your point then.
We've got the entry point.
No, I make my own. Never mind. But yeah, it explained also much about his past. And the whole little woman in a red dress, that was Annie. And his dad was going to kill her if he didn't get stopped. It was a little predictable. Dad goes in to meet with the Mortons. All of a sudden, then you hear 2 shots. Both the other people in the rooms are dead. His dad is hiding, and the Mortons got out the door unseen.
I want to know what happened to the gun that was used. Can't
Probably in the
remember.
desk.
If Ray was looking for it, he'd miss it anyway.
Yeah.
Dominic, my love, It's Life on Mars. What did you think?
That was it was a tough episode to watch. Not because it was bad or anything. I enjoyed it, but it was a hard watch because you could.
There were
basically
feels
watching
in it.
Sam get increasingly more insane as the episode. Yeah, it was basically going more and more mental as the episode went on. The more he was trying to bond with his dad, even though he had to be professional. That's what was frustrating me. Boy, you need to be professional about this. But no, he was going and play a bit of footy. Okay.
Kicking the ball around with his dad, yeah.
Which he didn't get to do.
Yeah. No, he didn't get to do that, and it's just like, oh, boy. It was a great one that really developed his characterization. You could just see the blurs between reality and fiction, like when he was just like, yes, I'm gonna wake up, I've done it. And then, no. It was all just trying to maintain that whole predestination paradox, because his dad was going to run off on him, and he effectively saw it happen, which was it was very tragic, and especially when his dad would have effectively showed his true colors by attempting to shoot him. But I was just like, nah, never heroes.
Luckily, Sam thought ahead on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Did like how he stood up to Jean.
Oh, yeah.
That was good.
I did enjoy that. Yeah, I mean, the whole dynamic between Jean and Sam at this point is like, Sam just is done with his crap. But Jean is just like, he is, even though he doesn't show it, Jean is remarkably patient.
And not just that,
Like-
he trusts, as we said in the past, he trusts Sam.
Yeah. It's like, Jean is the sort of person that you know where you stand with very easily. And if he respects
Out of
you, he
arm's
won't
reach.
treat you like... Yeah. If he respects you, he will still treat you like crap, but he'll treat you like decent crap at least. But yeah, I really enjoyed that, and looking forward to beginning the second season.
You see, Brian, that's what you were supposed to say.
Yes, but I'm not lying.
Ooh, right, okay. Man from Scotland, can you use your appalling mongrel dialect to tell us what you thought of this?
Aye, I certainly can.
Thank you very much. Was there a mudder?
there was a couple of murders in this.
Mudders!
Murders.
Aye, mudders.
This is where I couldn't get emotionally invested in the Callan that we listened to. I get too emotionally invested in this. It's the whole journey of, you see Sam getting played with his dad. You don't want it to happen. You're really, I mean, I'm finding myself willing that Sam's going to pull through this, that it's going to turn around, and I've watched it before. It's the whole thing around his dad. His dad isn't going, not going to go on this path where his dad is the villain of the piece and is just basically emotionally just twisting Sam around and manipulating him. And then you get back to that position where he is, and it's just so tragic. And the fact that Sam comes to that realisation himself, and the bullets taken out of the gun, and the fact that his own dad was going to shoot him, it's heart-wrenching. It's just perfect and really well written. I mean, I'm glad you like this as well, Brian, because this is John Sims showing his acting chops. This is Philip Glenister showing his acting chops as well. And no, just I can't wait to start season 2, and neither can my fictitious wife, who can't work a TV downstairs as well. We'll probably watch that straight after this, because it's. Can we watch the next episode now? Yep, we can. Yes. So
yeah, I accidentally binged. I'm 2 episodes into series 2. I feel bad about it because I'm now going to have to go back and look up the write up for it just so I can remember what happened.
And Philip Glenister's in the new Minister of Chance that's coming along.
Yes,
so I can't wait for that as well. How did they get him?
How did they get me?
Yes, I know. You're in season 1. You and Dave are in. Yes.
And we surprised old Freeman because we could act. And he was a bit chuffed about that. We like Dan Freeman. Lovely man. The Minister of Chance is being remastered and will be released shortly as I think it's free. Podcasty sort of downloady thingy. Just get it and listen to it because it's magnificent. It truly is.
Season 1 is free on their website, and I think they're going to release it weekly, aren't they, going forward at the end of October? And the Minister of Chance is Time Lord, because it was
Death Comes to Time.
Yep, and played by
Stephen Fry.
Stephen Fry. Stephen Fry's the first minister, isn't he?
Yep.
I'm sure I've got that audio drama somewhere as well.
I love Death Comes to Time. It just looks at Doctor Who through a whole different viewing lens, and I love stuff like that.
And Ace, just the whole story arc for Ace is part of that as well. It's just,
becoming a Time Lord.
Yeah. What could have been, either.
Well, just saying that means, as Casmus would say, we're entering tea time. That was a nice little link, wasn't it? Quite chuffed with that one, if I'm honest with you. Brian, is he dead? Has he gone back in time? Is he mad? Is he in a coma?
And I still answer, I don't care.
He's an actor in a TV show.
There you go. His wife, played by Mira Sorvino, is possessed by somebody else who died and came back. So,
what?
You haven't watched Intruders yet, have you?
No.
John Sims, Intruders, Amazon.
I don't watch much stuff. Amazon, I might give it a shot then. I certainly don't go anywhere near live TV except for the Channel 4 news.
Intruders. 1 season.
Oh, and All Creatures Great and Small on Channel 5, which they've done a remarkable job, quite frankly. They've made it its own thing, away from the BBC production, which was ingrained in the nation's subconscious. And they've done a really good job with that. And from Channel 5
over here, they're doing new episodes
with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah,
I'd seen some of them, and I think it's about time, quite frankly. I mean, apart from the fact there's all sorts. I mean, all sorts of technical advances since Carl Sagan did it. No, I think it's great.
We still have to hear billions and billions and billions of stars.
Billions, you know.
Billions.
Billions.
And billions.
Yeah.
And billions.
And billions. Are we going to keep on with this for a little while? Or shall we just take it as read? Hang on a second. Hang on. Do you know which one he's talking about there? What you've just answered on Twitch. I've got the DVDs of what? Sorry.
I think Redox the Green Red is talking about the Tomorrow People.
It was ITV.
Yeah.
I do have the DVD box set, which actually originally was from Big Finish. They did the rights. They did quite a few Tomorrow People audios, and then of course when the CW decided to get involved, they lost the rights to it.
Do you know? I just keep the baddie in the CW was Jedediah, wasn't he? He was called Jedediah as well.
There we go. Look and read.
Huh.
Look and read.
Oh, look and read. Oh yeah, I'd buy those.
I think you can get The Boy from Space, and it is probably on YouTube. But I don't honestly know if I can watch that again. It was too scarring as a child. Oh dear me. Yeah, so that's it for talking about stuff. Next week, Sophie Isles, The Chase. Episode 1 of Series 2 of Life on Mars. Things are going to start going in a slightly different direction. That's all I'm saying. They certainly get a lot more confident with their homages. As I say, I've got to introduce you to Tufty, the safety squirrel. And before we do a particular episode, I will force you to watch at least the opening of Camberwick Green.
Introduced to Tufty, you'll never have ice cream in the same way again. You certainly will.
There was some death and destruction on 70s TV.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Is it any relation to Foamy the Squirrel?
Foamy the Squirrel? No, definitely not Foamy the Squirrel. Okay. No. Tufty was a good squirrel. There was the Tufty Club. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. That told you, didn't it? I was never a member.
He was a public servant, was Tufty. He was public service announcements. Can I shout out for a public service announcements? I'm really enjoying Lovecraft Country. Can somebody explain episodes? Can somebody explain episode 7 to me? Not necessarily now.
I'm playing catch up.
The Hippolyte one.
I'm playing catch up. Spoilers.
Oh,
Spoilers.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
We're not spoiling it.
Enough.
Don't worry,
Dominic, you know you can do talking to try and talk over us.
I know. I just don't know what y'all are talking about.
When I said I was bringing the youth into the show.
Half the time, neither do we, Dominic. Don't worry about it.
If I haven't seen Lovecraft Country,
you are a young innocent. Please don't.
Oh, okay. I'll keep.
You can binge watch 7 episodes.
Excuse me, please.
I can try. Oh my goodness.
It's
pretty good.
It's 1950s America, and it shows that it's 1950s America.
Oh, that's really good.
It's rough in some places, but it's really good.
But episode 7, I just didn't understand at all.
I got it. I figured it out, but
I will watch it and explain it to you.
Thank you.
That's all right.
Hurry up and play catch up, please.
Yes, all right.
We're gonna need your report on this on Wednesday.
Right, and when? Yes, hopefully. The electric wheelchair man's coming tomorrow. You have no idea how happy this makes me. I'm annoyed that I need one, but I'm going to be able to go over the shops without dying. That'll be fun.
So are you getting your vest cut tomorrow as well? The
My
cut for your
vest?
For your motorcycle gang.
Waistcoat, you mean?
No. We just they're just called cuts. Okay.
Right.
Hell's Aunties. Hell's
Aunties. There you go.
That's close to Hell's Grannies from Python.
England original.
The Pepper Pots.
England original. 1%er, definitely.
No. This is just getting silly.
Oh dear. yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to have to wait at least a week before I get the damn thing, unfortunately. But, oh, it's going to be magnificent when it turns up. Freedom.
To quote, I was going to say, you stole it from me. I was going to give it the whole freedom, but...
Yeah, it is. I mean, I can't leave the flat. If I have to go to the shops, I need to get... It's a 5-minute walk, and I have to get taxis. So to be able to just do this on my own again is going to be great. It's, you know, it's not going to be looking at it and thinking, oh God, here we go. It's going to be a case of, I've got a weapon, essentially. So I'm looking forward to that a lot. I probably won't be able to show it on the show, but there'll be a photo on Facebook and Twitter. Yeah. Oh, hello. Somebody's
I've got a meal, partly.
Ah, that's nice.
Yep.
Sorry, a meal or mail?
A meal.
Okay, because I was going to say if it was a meal, that's perfect. You can go and watch Life on Mars whilst eating it.
That's supper to Life on Mars.
Yeah, supper. Bit of cheese.
Bit of toast, maybe a bit of cheese, bit of cold meat. Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds good.
I'm good. I don't want to throw up.
You're a very strange person, Prevert. You really are.
What? I don't want to throw up. I mean, I don't want to spoil a meal by watching it.
I've forgotten what we were talking about now.
Life on Mars.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry, I sort of ruined that for you there. My brain went blank. That's the other thing. I'm having to think through treacles stuffed full of cotton wool. That's fun. So, yeah. I think that's about it for today's show. Lots of fun stuff next week. Hopefully on Wednesday we'll do the Christmas Invasion. It depends whether all three of us, or indeed all four of us, I don't know if Dominic's going to join us. He did for the last one we did.
Right.
Yeah, we'll be looking at the Christmas Invasion, providing, like I say, we're all able to make it. And then next Sunday, 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to have to start talking about when clocks go back at some stage, Brian.
Yep. October 31st.
Okay, we'll need to sync in a chronic hysteresis. And we'll, like I say, next Sunday's show, 9 p.m, 4 p.m. It's going to be a fun one. Like I say, Sophie is a ray of sunshine, and it's going to be lovely to have her on the show. So please tune in for that on Twitch if you can. Failing that, well, you'll be able to see it on YouTube. Right then. Dominic, would you say goodbye, please, love?
Farewell, goodbye.
Oh, he's just so chivalrous.
I try my best.
It's very good. I like that. Eddie, sweetheart, would you say goodbye, please?
Goodbye, please.
Yep, asked for that, didn't I?
No.
Parko the Prevert, say goodbye.
Goodbye, please.
I bring this on myself. There was nobody else I can blame.
It's all your own fault.
Oh,
really,
my word. We've got no closing credits tonight, so Brian's going to sing the national anthem.
No.
The British national anthem.
I am forbidden from singing by UN resolution. You know this. I cannot. If I were to do it, I would be arrested and thrown in, you know. So
Brian's going to close the show by singing. No. Somewhere there is, at least I think there is, our version of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh God!
In some universe, I am a magnificent singer. In some universe, I bring tears to people's eyes.
It's one of our shows, but I can't remember if Twitch
it's
muted
not
us.
This universe.
I miss being able to sing. Oh, there we go. Yep, nope. Thumbs up. Thumbs well aloft. Yep, definitely. You're doing it, mate. Yeah, definitely. I've forgotten what I was going to say now, Eddie.
Oh, sorry.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about Brian singing in the Bohemian Rhapsody. And
Right, that's
Twitter
it. I
took
don't
it
know
off.
if Twitch may have muted us or not. But it's on the YouTube channel somewhere.
We're lucky they did.
One day I'll actually put all these into playlists. We might
Well,
have an
okay.
RPG next Saturday. It's going to be something different.
All right, let's get this ready.
Anyway, good night, folks. Take care, and we'll see you either Wednesday or Sunday. Night.